Hi, I'm Suzanne Castle, and this is the Thought Leader Thursday. I'm here today introducing you to another incredible leader, thinker, doer, and all-around amazing human who's going to help each of us think about our world a little bit differently than anyone else. From artists to teachers, from actors to moms, from the big names to the you didn't know about them till now names, my hope is that you will connect with a leader who helps you light up in your corner of this galaxy. This is the Thought Leader Thursday show. I am so glad that you're here for the Thought Leader Thursday today because we have a leadership expert, motivational speaker who is going to change you from the inside out. Holy cow, Chip Baker's in the house. Before I introduce you to him, Andrew, I've been thinking about motivation a lot. You know, I use an expo marker on my mirror and I have a mantra, a weekly mantra, and I write it so that when I get up in the morning and before I go to bed, that's what I see. So I've been thinking to ask you, what is something that gets you out of bed every day? Like, what's a phrase that you can't wait to adopt for your day?
Ooh, this is a good one. And I'm going to go a little off with it. I don't have a phrase as much as like a thing I do. I make myself smile. And that kind of puts me in the right mindset. It kind of boosts my mood and gets me in a good mood.
That is amazing. You know, your brain responds. I don't know if you know this. You know, I'm a brain geek. If you've been following me for a while, you know this. Like I deal all sorts of neurodynamic theory and NLP and all these things. And literally by the lifting of the muscles that you have to do when you put a smile on your face, it changes your brain pattern. So good job, Andrew, starting your day off with a little bit of joy and excitement with your facial muscles. Like it's so easy. It's not that hard. So we have Chip Baker here today. I want to introduce you to him. He is a fourth generation educator. Can we just have a moment for that? Because in the world that we're living in right now, it's not always a great profession to be in. And 4 generations of his family have poured into young people to help them live a life of success. And so thank you for your service, Chip, before we even get started. But not only that, he's been a teacher, a coach for over 23 years. And he is a multiple time best-selling author. We're going to talk about that on this show. He's a YouTuber. He's a podcaster. He's a motivational speaker. You can see him everywhere. Oh my gosh, just Google his name right now. Like he is what you want in the morning. When you're struggling to get up, you put some Chip Baker on and you're going to get your butt into gear. He is the creator of the YouTube channel podcast, Chip Baker, The Success Chronicles. And on this show, he interviews people of all walks of life, all different kinds of leaders, all different kinds of people who share stories of positive inspiration and motivation. And don't we all need that? And his mantra is go get it. So Chip, let's go get it. I'm so glad that you're here inside the studio today. Welcome.
Let's go. You know, I was hearing you doing that intro. I was like, man, who is that guy? He must be tired.
He must be tired because you are everywhere, my man, literally. Now, I remember really starting to pay attention to your work when I heard about you from our dear common friend, Melanie. And Melanie was like, you know, you need to listen to him. He really has this way of pulling out of you the thing that's been buried that's kept you a little bit stuck and off your game. And so I began to watch your show, follow what you were doing, read Impact of Influence. You are everywhere, man. I mean, I cannot get on social media and I don't see a clip of you speaking in a high school gym. And then later on, you're at a church and then you're in this workspace and you're lifting up people. You're doing teacher trainings. Everywhere you go, you seem to embody the spirit of you can do it. And I can't wait to see you do it, which is just an amazing way to be in the world. So aside from all the places that we see you and we listen to you, really, who are you? Outside of the media, Chip, who is Chip Baker?
Well, really, first off, I want to say thanks so much for the love and support and checking it out. Thanks so much to Melanie Ake for connecting us.
Absolutely.
I think she's a great lady. I think a lot of you and your movement as well and
Thank
what you're
you.
doing. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it. But myself, I'm Chip Baker. I'm really just an ordinary guy. Working real hard to achieve some extraordinary things. And so, you know, as I hear you talk about those things, like I reflect on my upbringing raised in a single parent home in a small town in Texas. A lot of the things that I've been blessed to achieve, I didn't really know anyone that has done any of it. And
Right.
so I promise you, every day I am completely blown away by the opportunities that I'm getting to have to impact and make a difference. But then also on the other side of that, I don't take 1 ounce of it for granted. And so I'm truly enjoying the ride. Like you said, a fourth generation educator, a teacher, former coach, author, speaker, involved in lots. I think you did a really good job on, letting them know who I am. But for me, just an ordinary guy, just working hard to try to make an impact on our world.
Well, I don't think of you as ordinary at all. And I think you really do have this unique way of speaking into a lot of times young adults, so teens,
Yeah.
young adults that really look at maybe other teachers and educators like this, and
Mhm.
when you walk in the room, they sit up. I've watched the
Yeah.
clips. They take
Yeah.
notice,
Yeah.
and somehow, some way, you're able to just pull out from them that
Yeah.
they can do it. Like the world has told them they're not enough, that they're not important, that
Yes.
they're never going to amount to anything. And you see these individuals and you literally grab hold of them and you're like, let me show you another
Mhm.
way. It is some of the most remarkable work that I have seen done in young adults. And I've been
Thank
thinking about your work a lot as we walk into Target and we see, crayons for $1 and help school supply drives and everybody's got the beginning of school. I mean, hello, we're taping
Yes.
this. Like we're watching this later on. We're going to be watching this like school's already started when you're watching this, but we're
Mhm.
taping this in August. And so we're beginning to think about school and what it means to have a success mindset. And for parents, maybe they're like, how can I help my kiddo be successful this year? And for like, I'm sending my kid off to college for the first time. And how can I help her be a successful college student, in a couple of weeks? And success mindset seems to be everywhere right now. So I was wondering if you could help us understand a little bit about your concept of success and maybe some steps that you think are crucial when you're living into that success mode of being.
So for me, I think it really all starts with belief. I talked to you a little bit about my background and my growing up. I was blessed and fortunate to be around some amazing people that just believed in me,
Yeah.
right? Not only did they believe in me, but they put me in situations to where, I would have to put in the actions and they would guide me through with their belief
Right.
and their actions. And so that has not stopped even into my career, even into my adult life. I've been truly blessed to have people around me to learn some amazing things from. And my hope is that I've done some things to make them proud
Right.
from what they've taught me. But what I've learned by watching them, because I'm an avid learner, I love learning. I think it starts with the mindset. Like you said, you have to have a successful mindset. And I'm an acronym guy, and so I'm going to share this acronym with you. For mindset is LPO, and the L is limits, right? I think you start with your mindset first, and you have to understand that if you limit yourself, you limit yourself,
Yes.
right? Like we're the only person that can hold us back from doing, achieving, or seeing whatever it is we want to do in our life.
Right.
And so when we understand that there is no limit, well, guess what? There is no limit, right? There is no limit to what we can do and achieve in our life. The P is possibilities, and the possibilities are possible. We just have to believe that and then put in the work to go achieve it, right? So know that, oh, wait, it's possible that I can be a speaker. Oh, wait a minute. It's possible that I can be a multi-time best-selling author. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, it's possible that I can be interviewed to tell my story and my journey, like
Right.
little old me. Oh yeah, the possibilities are possible. We just have to believe that and then put in the work to make those great things happen. And then the O is opportunities. And I believe that opportunities bring opportunities. I'm a
Mm.
big person that believes in being in the moment.
Uh-oh. It's all right. You can edit,
And
yeah.
so we have to make sure that when we are in the moment, um, with this moment, we'll gain other opportunities to do bigger things in those moments. But if we're not in the present right now, then we'll miss those opportunities. And so
Right.
that's the mindset piece, LPOs. And now it's great to have the proper mindset, But if you're not willing to put the dang work in, you can forget about all of that. And so I have an acronym for that as well, as far as taking the proper actions. And I call it my SHG principle, right? And I'm not just saying, hey, guys, I'm being interviewed on this amazing show and I'm just giving you some fluff. No, like this is what I use in my life every day. And the S is show up. Right. I think it's important that, again, like I said, that we are in the moment, that we're present. If we're supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, we got to be there early and not on time, because on time is late.
That's right.
Right. So show up and be in the moment so we can get the blessings from the lessons that we're supposed to learn, and we can use those to help others. The H is have a great attitude. And for me, hey, this is good right here. I'm going to warn you, this is good. So get ready.
So jot this down is what he's saying.
Hey,
get ready. Jot this down.
Get ready. The H is have a great attitude. And for me, gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. Come on. Hold on. Let me get that to you again. Gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
You're so funny.
Did you get that? Gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. And when we're grateful for what we have, yes, things could be better, but things could also be way worse.
Right.
And when we're grateful for what we do have, it allows us to work with what you got. Right. It allows us to build on what we have and continue to further develop from there.
Right.
And then the G is give your all. It's important. The goal is to give 100%, but realistically, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We're just doing the best we can with what we got. And I think that if you can show up, have a great attitude, and give your all each moment of each day, at the end of our days, it will allow us to not just have left a legacy, it will have allowed us to live a legacy by our day-to-day actions.
Well, can I just say, I love that you talk about living legacy. So many people want to be a legacy, right?
Yeah.
But I think living a legacy is even more important than that, because that's about the story making in the moment and what you're leaving behind afterward that are inspiring other people to continue to do and be amazing and be kind humans. I tell my daughter all the time, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to help you be an amazing human in the world. Like that's my job, and you can collectively do that. And so I know a lot of your work centers around, I call them possibility goggles, but I love the way you broke it down, that you get to choose if you put them on every day, like what possibilities are in front of me, but that's a choice to make. Or the choice is, man, life is sucking the air out of me right now. Well, okay. So put on goggles and go do something different and see a different opportunity here. So I know that you are really pouring into so many people, allowing them to just kind of live into those messages with your quick steps and saying, all right, can you show up for yourself today? It starts there. Can you do that? All right, you've done that. Now what's your attitude? Does it need a reset? Does it need a check? And I think you really are transforming lives. So thank you for that. And that leads me really to, as a fellow author, I think you've got several books. I've got 3, and I know that you put things out all the time. And your award-winning series is called The Impact of Influence. And I'd love for you to be sharing a little bit about the collection of stories and how it got started, and really let people know why they need these on their shelf. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So The Impact of Influence came about. This is my 7th year to be doing the podcast YouTube channel, the Success Chronicles. And I've come across some amazing people, like I said earlier, that I could learn from and be connected to. And I'll share this quote from one of my former pastors: our life moves at the speed of our relationships.
Right.
And so I have some great relationships. I have some great people around me. And so there's a guy that I'm connected with. He has a, self-publishing group. And so he reached out. He was like, man, you're connected to some amazing people. You ever thought about bringing some of them together, letting them tell their stories and putting it in a book? And I was like,
possibility.
That is a great idea. Let's do that. And so, coming into it, I just thought one book, right?
Right.
And so really what it is, the impact of influence is, I don't care who you are, all of us have been influenced by someone or something in our life. And it's been so influential that it's impacted us and caused us to be who we are.
Right.
right? And so in the book, the book series, it's in positive, powerful influencers, just talking about that, what incidents or person or people they've had in their life that have influenced them and impacted them, what they learned from them, and then how they're using that to be a blessing to others in our world or make our world better. And so we started with volume 1, which was men, and really, and they've all been bestsellers. Then it's like got some pretty great reviews. So then a few months after that, we did volume 2, and it's a mix. About half of the guys that were in volume 1 are in volume 2, and then some new guys. Then we did volume 3. Like the ladies were like, "Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
you
now.
got 2 of them with the guys. What's up with that? I know you're connected to some great ladies," and I am. And so we did volume 3, which is all ladies, and that's amazing. Then we did volume 4, and that's the most recent one, and it's coaches. And
Wow.
so it's been a great journey. Yes, we're best-selling authors. Yes, it's been neat, but I think that the neatest thing from that journey is the ability of us to work together, collaborate, learn from one another, and help each other achieve all of our bucket list goals.
Right. Right. And imagine, I love thinking about, a coach in your life or a person in your life that really you can inspire, because these are a bunch of different kinds of people with a bunch of different kind of influences.
Yes.
I talk a lot about my great grandmother and my great great grandmother, and they settled Big Spring, Texas, and she wrote a book about it. And I took all of her letters and pictures from the family and published it, because it's such a unique, it's my own little house on the prairie story in my family, And but when you begin to share those stories, people are like, wow. And then they go ask their own questions about influencers in their lives, and maybe from their families or from their schools. And so what this book does, I think, is really launch amazing conversations about what it means to really live legacy, like you were talking about, and share story, because our story always matters. And I don't think that we always understand the impact of our story. So well done. And I'm so glad that you've got a coach's volume, because I can think of some right now that need that, and I can't wait to bless them with that, maybe for Christmas. So that's a great idea. So, okay. If people wanted to follow you, I know you've got your YouTube channel. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you, to book you for speaking, or to work with their school district, or to find you and get some motivation from you personally? Where would you like me to send them?
So all of my social media is at Chip Baker TSC, as in the Success Chronicles. I'm on all social media platforms. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all of that, Instagram, TikTok. I don't do any dancing on there though.
All right.
The inspiration's on TikTok. But feel free to reach out to me at any of those avenues. I'm very responsive to that, and then I would love to have any opportunities to pour into your organization or your group based off of my experiences that I've been blessed to have in my life.
That would be amazing. Okay, so before I let you go, I ask every guest that comes on the show what it means to sparkle. So if you were going to define that for yourself and share with this audience, what do you think it means to sparkle, Chip?
For me, I'm a reflective guy. So I go back to, as a kid, being in church, right? I'm a church guy from back, fourth generation educator. My family's church folk and educators. So I'm gonna go church on you.
That's great. That's all right.
There was a song that I really loved that they would sing. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And so when I hear the word sparkle, I think about that. I think it's important for us to realize that we all have some God-given ability or talent within us. Like, we don't have to search for it.
Right.
Like, the big man made us. We're all a one of one. So you're enough, right? That lets you know that, no, you're good enough to do great things. And so from there, what we have to do is figure out what that is, and then transfer that and use that to be a blessing to others. And that allow you to sparkle and be in alignment with your assignment. So
amazing. I knew you were going to bring it. I knew you would. Thank you for helping us learn and serve and inspire not only ourselves, but others. Chip, it's been my just extreme honor to have you here in the studio. Thank you for giving us so much time. And people checking out the show, be sure and like it and share it. Send it to someone. Bring people along with you, because that's the only way that we can change the world. I'm Suzanne Castle, and this is the Thought Leader Thursday.